Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Gear Goggles. I'm Torin. Cheers to gear. So as you can see, we're not in the studio today. The virus has us down, so I'm set up a makeshift studio here in the kitchen, but I wanted to get some info out to you guys on some new pieces of gear that we've been testing through the hunting season. I got two items here. We're going to sort of do a review and then a compare and contrast the two items. So what we have is the Javelin ProHunt Bipod from Spartan Precision Equipment, and then we also have the Javelin Lite Bipod from Spartan Precision Equipment. We ran both of these bipods this year through our hunting seasons. I put the ProHunt on a Savage 110 it's a 110 ultralight in 280 Ackley. So the lightweight of the bipods, as I'll get into, was a perfect match for these lightweight rifles. And then I put the Javelin Lite on a Weatherby Mark V backcountry in 6.5 Creedmoor. They both paired really well with those respective rifles. Awesome piece of gear to have in your pack or in your pocket even, especially if you're counting ounces or if you're not sure about a bipod and you don't want something hanging on your gun the whole time and you only want it on there when you need it. This is what you want to do. So let's get started here. So I have the Javelin Pro. It's a little bit more feature rich than the Lite, and that's sort of intentional. The Lite was sort of remove some of those features to cut weight and simplify things for folks who are looking for that. But so you'll notice right off the bat, the ProHunt comes in a hard case. The Lite comes in a little sort of velvet bag, but a lot of the internal things are the same. So here's a look inside the ProHunt. You got your bipod. You got your adapter kits to fit the contours of your barrels, your mounting bolts, which go right into your front sling stud drilled out, and then you have your adapter. So we'll pull this out. And then same with the Lite. Comes with the bipod, all the same mounting bolts, the adapters, and the wedges, as I call them, to fit the contour of your barrel. We'll go over the ProHunt first. So first of all, this is the ProHunt. One of the main differences between this bipod and the Lite is the option for adjustable legs. So you can see you have the carbon fiber legs here. You just loosen and you get that extra adjustability. You get that on both sides. The Lite does not have that feature. You just tighten them up and they'll stay where you want them. Another big difference between the ProHunt and the Lite is that these legs lock open. On the back, you have a little lever here. Whenever the legs open, it automatically clicks into place and keeps them spread apart. To fold back up, you simply just push that in, you hear the click, the leg folds right back up. On the bottom here, you have these rubber feet. Those are removable. Well, they are removable, but you can also just simply pull the rubber cap off and it exposes a little peg there similar to what you would find on your trekking pole, help you get a better grip on certain surfaces if the rubber's not doing it for you. And it just pops right back on. So the weight on the ProHunt, this is a standard, so they do offer 3 different leg extension versions. This is the standard, so it falls right in the middle. Minimum ground clearance, which they do from the bottom of the feet to the top here where it goes into the adapter, right to the bottom of your rifle stock. 7 inches is your minimum and about 9.5 is the max with the standard, which is what this one is. So we'll throw it on the scale here. They advertise it at about 6.3 ounces. My scale puts it right at 6.3 ounces. So that's without the adapter. The adapter is going to add a little bit of weight to your overall rifle, but not much at all. So that weight's right on. I guess we'll go over the mounting process here before we get into the Lite. So as I mentioned, it comes with this adapter. This adapter attaches to the barrel or to the stock of your rifle right up where your front sling stud would be. So where your rifle's likely already drilled for a sling stud up there. You remove the sling stud. Find the appropriate length and size bolt that comes in your kit, and then you attach this up through the sling stud and it'll seat nicely on your barrel. Now they do offer 3 different contour adapters for different barrels. I actually use the same adapter for both the Savage and the Weatherby. They had a similar contour barrel, so I was able to use the same one there. You have this piece, which is for like a flat bottom stock. I keep saying barrel. It's for a flat bottom stock. You have some for more contoured stocks, and then there's one for right in the middle as well. So these pieces, just the rubber pieces pop right over the adapter like that, and then they'll fit squarely on the stock. Now these adapters are the same for both bipods. So the ProHunt and the Javelin Lite use the same adapter and wedge kits. So those are exactly the same. And then also on the adapter, you'll see right here is a little opening. That's simply a hole for your sling. So if you're still running a sling, or you want to run a sling with the bipod still, even though you don't have the sling stud, you could still mount it right to the adapter. And so I ran slings on both rifles. I don't always like to use a sling. Even if it's on the rifle, I don't always use it. But you can still do that, and it doesn't get in the way of the use of the bipod at all. So that was awesome. When you mount this, it's magnetic, which is nice. So it just pops in and out. It just sits in there like that. And so there are two ways to mount it. The way I have it mounted here lets you cant your rifle back and forth. So you get 30 degrees of movement there back and forth. So downrange, if your target's moving left or right, you can swing the rifle with the target with your bipod still planted squarely on the ground. You also get 15 degrees of cant back and forth. And so those stats are the same on both bipods. They both get 30 degrees left, right, and a 15 degree cant. Now this lever on the front will lock that cant in at whatever position you put it. So you can put it level, off to the right, off to the left, however you want to do it, and that just simply locks it in. You just throw that lever and loosen it up. The other way you can do it is if you remove the bipod, flip it so that your lever is towards you. It then sits in the bracket and it removes any left and right cant. So you can just tilt. You get your cant tilt, but you don't get any left-right movement for, say, a moving target. That's the same on both bipods as well. There's a little piece here that locks into the bracket to keep it from that left-right motion. All right, folds up nice and easy. So what I did when I was running this bipod or both bipods, I had both brackets on, or both adapters on. I simply kept this in like a cargo pocket on my pants or in a handy pocket on my pack, depending on the type of hunting I was doing. But it's so easy and quick to deploy. You just throw the legs open, click it into place with the magnet, and you have a bipod ready to go. So the Lite, as I said, has a few less features than the ProHunt, but it's designed that way to be lighter. Throw it on the scale. It should come in at 4.8 ounces. That's what they advertise. It's exactly what my scale says. This is the long version. So they do the Lite and the mini, standard, and long. This is a long. The clearance on this one from ground to bottom of your stock is about 7.5 inches. One thing you'll notice, the legs do not lock open. There's a little bit of a magnet there, so when they do go open, they'll eventually click over and stay. And I didn't really have an issue with them folding in on me at all. But just be aware of that. If you're really putting some pressure on the legs or moving the rifle around, your leg could collapse. It's just a feature that they cut out to help save some weight. The other thing you'll notice is that the legs on these are fixed. There's no extension there. So you don't have a length option. Again, that just cuts some weight. But if you know roughly what you like to shoot, then that's not a big issue. Your locking lever on the front is the same. You get your 15 degrees cant, and then you get your 30 degrees left, right if you want that. Same thing with the bottom of the feet here. Rubber caps that remove and give that little bit more of a pointed edge there to help get a better grip. Same thing with this bipod. Like I said, this was on a Mark V Weatherby backcountry. it was perfect for that. The rifle was a little bit lighter. The whole setup was a little bit lighter, so I wanted to pair it with the lighter bipod, and that worked out perfectly. I haven't shot a lot off of bipods in the past, so I was interested to see how much I'd actually use them and see how worth it I thought it was to keep in the pack. You hardly know it's there. Like I said, I would keep it in a cargo pocket on my pants, easy to forget about. They're both small enough that they fit there easily. They don't get in the way. And I also found them both very useful for sighting in. So although this is a ProHunt edition, if you're doing a lot of range work, these could be really worth it too. I thought it was very helpful to have the bipods on both rifles to get them sighted in. It just helped eliminate some of the gear that you might have to take with you. Overall, these set out to do exactly what Spartan Precision was hoping. They offer a lightweight solution to those who want a bipod without having to have a bipod on their gun at all times. For the extra 4 ounces for the Lite, it's a no-brainer. And even for the 6.3 ounces for the ProHunt, the extra features you get is probably worth the 2 ounces as well. There is a big price difference between the two, so that's something to keep in mind as well. Again, both come in mini, standard, and long versions, so you can get different lengths there. You do get some flexibility in the ProHunt that you don't in the Lite, but you do get the weight savings in the Lite. These are something I think I'm going to keep excited to keep testing out. And I think it's probably something I'll keep on my rifles moving forward. It's so nice. You can just put the adapter on, leave it on there, forget about it. If you want the bipod, you have that ability. If not, the adapter does not take up any space at all. It doesn't hinder you if you want to shoot freehand or anything like that. So all in all, there's not really a downside to this. Great piece of equipment, really well thought out, really well machined.